I first became involved in scouting like most moms when their children join Scouts as a Tiger Cub, and so I started off as a Tiger Cub parent leader with my older son, and then when my younger son joined, then I became the den leader for his Tiger Cub pack, or his Tiger Cub den, and went from den leader to Webelos den leader. And then while I was the Webelos den leader, I started getting involved more in the volunteering process. I met Jeff Richmond, who was at that time our unit commissioner. So Jeff invited us, our family, to Troop 927 to check out their unit, and we fell in love with 927, and from there on, the rest is history. In 2012, I did my ordeal, and in 2013 was when I became the membership advisor for Civil Lodge. And a couple months ago, I started back when Doug Turner was Lodge Master, and then progressed under Ray Schock and then Toby currently. Back in February, I decided that it was time, after 7+ years of being a membership advisor, that it was time for me to pass on the position to somebody else and not keep it forever. That there's new families coming in, and it was time to give somebody else the opportunity to be an advisor within the lodge. So, which is Richard Reynolds right now. And so I guess I could say I'm unemployed right now. I'm actually looking forward to attending events and going to activities and just being there and helping out where needed, as opposed to being in charge of something. I believe that I've been registered with Buckeye Council for approximately since 2003, when we started into PAC 122 with Tiger Cubs. During my time with the PAC, I was fortunate enough to be able to be a Tiger Cub leader, den leader, Webelos leader, and an unofficial Cub Master when the Cub Master at that time stepped down. Once we crossed over to Boy Scouts, I took on Assistant Scoutmaster, and then assisted the Scoutmaster when my husband became Scoutmaster. After I did my Wood Badge, I got involved with Doug Turner, and Bernie, and they got me involved in helping with Roundtable as unit commissioner and Roundtable commissioners. I've helped on several trainings for the Cub Scouts, such as Baloo and Powwow. And while with the Boy Scouts, we were fortunate to be able to take a contingent to Philmont and Northern Tier. And one of my favorite things I got to do so far was work in the Merit Badge Midway during the 2010 National Jamboree. With OA, I've gotten the opportunity to get to help take a contingent twice to NOAC and be the advisor for the membership. And one of my favorite things that I've gotten, that I've been fortunate enough to be able to participate in, is I was on staff for NYLT at Camp McKinley for 5 years. I was the secretary and videographer and photographer and everything that went along with that. So I was able to use some of my talents to be able to participate in that. And in addition, like most people who are in Buckeye Council who are adults, we go out and we participate in Friday night activities and Wednesday night call-outs, and I help Toby with the Carpalooza. So, and I've even worked, and not many people know this, but I started off, I think, in my scouting career back when John used to had the scout shop. So I even did a couple years at the scout shop. So. Scouting is something that I've done with my family. Being in Scouts has helped myself, my husband, and our 2 sons do things together that we wouldn't have normally been able to probably do on our own, either the resources or be able to afford to do it, or even know about it. Yes, scouting has become us, and I guess it's who we are. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'm gonna give a piece of advice. So I would give advice to families who do scouting as their activity, like we have. I would make sure that this is one thing that I've thought about and that we've have talked about, and it's make sure that you as a family do things as a family too. Don't always plan all your activities around scouting. Make sure you have family time as well. As a scouting volunteer, I've learned quite a bit. I don't think there's just one thing. So I have 4 things here. And one is I've learned patience and how to get along with just about anybody, okay, whether it's an adult or a kid. We've learned that you can make anything fun, okay? It's all about attitude. It's all about how you look at it, but the worst thing in the world, you can make fun. I've learned to always be prepared for the unexpected, because that's what's gonna happen, is the unexpected. And the last thing I think is, as long as you give 100% and you do your best at what you're doing, nobody is going to get on you for it, because nobody's perfect. So those are like the 4 main things that I've learned by being in Scouts. Being selected as a Silver Beaver recipient, first of all, thank you to whoever nominated me. I appreciate it. My husband would say being selected as the Silver Beaver, as one of the recipients, means that I'm done. He says, I'm finally done. I'm like, no. I didn't do all the things that I've done or gone to the activities that I've done for a prize or for recognition. I do it because I have fun, and I know what I do is appreciated and needed. Being selected as a recipient, to me, tells me that others appreciate what I do too. So, but I already kind of know that, because all I ask, the only thing I need is just a simple thank you. And that's fine with me, because I don't like to be in the spotlight. You're appreciated if people keep asking you to participate on trainings or in activities or come to events. To me, that tells me right there that they appreciate what you do. So. If I were to give advice to a scouting volunteer, it would be, it is okay to say no. I know that scouting is in need of volunteers, and it's easy to get in the, I don't want to call it a trap, but maybe the mode of being on every committee and every activity and every event. Remember that you can't do everything great. Somebody in scouting told me this way back when once, and so I've kind of kept it in the back of my mind. Pick 1, 2, or even 3 activities that you are passionate about and that you really enjoy, and focus on those to the best of your ability. And most importantly, you have to have fun doing it. So once you stop having fun, then to me that means it's time to move on to a different activity. So find something else that you're passionate in. What is my favorite scouting memory? I have had so many great scouting experiences that I don't think I can pinpoint one favorite memory. I think what makes what I have done memorable to me is not where I've gone or what I've done, but who I did it with, the people that participated with me. Some of these activities or events would include summer camp. We had so much fun at summer camp. That was probably my favorite troop activities was camping. Of course, Philmont and Northern Tier, I would rate those right up at the top because I got to spend time with my husband and my kids and their friends and other adults that we enjoy being around. NYLT would also be a highlight of my experience working alongside the guys, the other adult staff members, the youth staff we were able to recruit, and even the hundreds of kids that went through that program, and watching them grow from the minute that they showed up to, and then be totally different people at the end of the week. I would say that was probably one of my highlights of my volunteer experience. And lastly, in the order of the arrow, which is where I'm involved mostly right now, everyone has been great. I remember when I first started, I was nervous because there was not very many women in OA, but the men have been very accepting and very appreciative and very kind and nice, and that's one of my favorite things that I do now, which is why I'm still involved. I think one of the reasons why I like the OA is because the people who are there because they want to be there and they want to help the youth. Most of us don't even have kids still in scouting, and we still go to those activities and help out. And we like just being around each other. We enjoy each other's company. There's too many people that I have come across in my scouting activities and maybe my scouting journey, my scouting adventure, that have made a mark on everything that I have done. Too many to name. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the friendships that I've made are my favorite scouting memories, and I wouldn't be where I'm at this point in my scouting career without all those people.